It is Saturday, February 23rd, and this is the 24 Hours of Bitcoin live stream. We'll start off with a quick look at the disclaimer. You can read that full disclaimer down in the description below. This is not trading advice. I want to start off with the long-term look of Bitcoin so that we can get into the short-term look again and see what's going on. So just a quick perspective on how far are we away from the 200 period moving average right now, and also how far are we away from the most important support and resistance level in recent history. So those two things in our mind, I'm going to zoom back in time to the last time that the 200 period moving average was this far above prices, and I want to just reflect on where the support and resistance levels were that Bitcoin bounced off of through this period of time after this bottom, and it came up. So this is what I'm kind of keeping an eye on right now as we go through uncovering day by day. Let's zoom in now to the 3-month view, and we're going to open up our indicators and drag through those. This is where it starts to get really interesting, because here we have pretty much a flat top and we have a descending RSI. That is the kind of divergence that I look for. Let's zoom in now to the 1-month view, and this divergence to me is more pronounced. We can see that we have this nice flat top and definitely a descending activity going on here. That's a divergence that's really key for what I'm looking at. And you know, just by eyeballing it from here, just with that, I immediately think of Bitcoin coming back to retest these levels. And we'll do some Fibonacci's here in a little bit. Now let's zoom into the, 1 hour bars, and that divergence is more clear, and it kind of played a trick on us earlier. I was noticing this divergence from the flatline price, and then we saw a little change in it as prices started to come up. So I was thinking, all right, here we go. We're building back up for a drive up. But now we've slipped off and we saw this big red candle of selling here. So I want to just track this day by day and note what's going on and make a couple idea predictions. Every green candle here makes me think it's going up. Every red candle makes me think it's going down. It's so much on the edge that these indicators hopefully will reveal something to us in time to make a decision before it breaks out of one way or another from this range. So let me go to the next chart now and bring up the unbalanced volume indicator. Here we are in the 3-month view. So we can see that it's better volume than we had in the past. That's really good. That's bullish still. And yet the volume has faded off a little bit over the last few days. So let's zoom into the 1-month view. We're looking at the 4-hour bars. And here we had a great swath of buying and it faded off. A little bit of buying, but nowhere near as big. Of course, we covered a lot more territory here, but the volume isn't as big right there. And that's something I watch for. Here again, let me draw out the divergence from here to here. And that is diverging. It's not making the same pattern. When we zoom in now, we can see where the volume of the buying was and that there's not a lot of follow-through buying, not enough follow-through buying, and a couple, this is a pretty big dip of selling, the biggest dip of selling we had, except for just before the last run up. So we'll have to watch it because we're still inside this 1, 2, 3 top formation. We're still inside this formation. We're just now checking all of the patterns to see what's coming up. Let's go on to the MACD indicator that we look at every day. Here's a 3-month view of it, and I want to double click on this to zoom in and see that this is the histogram is losing power. The moving averages here are almost crossing over. That is negative. That's bearish. Now that's in the 3-month view. Going to the 1-month view, we can see that the histogram already crossed. We talked about this yesterday as this would have been a sell signal right there. Could have gotten out. Taken our profits right there. Could have done it right here as well. Got out, got in, got out. That's a great indicator for these kind of short moves. When we zoom into the 1-hour bars, here again is the divergences that I'm always watching for and studying. So it was stronger up here and not as strong here as we're at the same level of prices. That's important, and I just want to note that so that as things unfold, we'll be able to have some comparison. Here again, when we're into the 15-minute bar, yesterday we were pointing out that this seemed to be changing momentum at the same time as price was changing momentum. It looked good, but then it's all kind of faded off here and lost a bit of that go. It could still take off, but we'll see. Now let's go on to the next stage, is to see how does Bitcoin price chart compare against Ethereum and Litecoin price chart. And to me, they could all take a step back. This could take a step back. This could take a step back. This could come back and do a retest. And none of those retests in this short-term area would threaten the change of the trend. It wouldn't threaten the change to a bull market. So we'll have to wait and see how this consolidation goes, but it still looks kind of bearish to me from this point. It seems like it's not pushing through enough, and that could change right away. You never know, but we'll see how it goes as the market goes on. Another thing I'm going to be watching is the altcoins. Here's our study of all of the 50 different altcoins, and the green is bullish, the yellow is bullish. Bullishness has increased, so some of our alerts have turned into buys. And if Bitcoin does pull back a little bit, these may top where they are and do a pullback before the next stage up. So we'll have to pay attention to those. And then I want to close off the program today by talking about IntroToCryptos.ca. We are having our 3-week intensive cryptocurrency trading course starting up again. We only offer this in live mentored training sessions, like a classroom where you're taught through every stage of the course. Limited class sizes, and we only do it a few times, and generally only when the market is best for it. So now it's perfect. If you sign up in the next day and a half, there's a $1,600 fast mover bonus. So I recommend you come over and check it out. I'll be doing another promotional video about the 3-week intensive crypto trading course shortly, a little bit later today. But I'll wrap up for this live stream. We're hitting the 7 minutes, and I want to keep this one short, keep it focused on Bitcoin, and we'll tune in again tomorrow to see how this actually ended up turning out. Thanks again. Good luck in all of your Bitcoin and cryptocurrency trading.